Took a little bit of doing, but we are back. What is up, everybody? And welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Meat on the 50. First and foremost, have to apologize with the episodes last week. I new setup, new everything. Was not vibing with the way that we do business the old way. So we had to just kind of jump back a little bit and we just kind of reverted. So we're back. The ship is righted. No harm, no foul, because you can check the episode out on Spotify, on Apple Music. But without further ado, let's start the show. Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Meat on the 50. It is good to be back with you. I can tell you that much. It is good to be back, and we have an absolute ton of things to get into. And yes, I mean, there is a ton to dive into, and if you haven't noticed, we have foregone our review episode because of a certain incident that occurred on Monday night, a very scary incident that, we'll get our thoughts on. And there are positive updates, very good updates. And as always, here to break down the action with me, one of my best friends, Brandon Sullivan. Brandon, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Jake.
How was your New Year? How was everything going? How's everything going?
Yeah, everything's going good. Just pretty busy. Just a busy week for me. Just around the house, work-wise, all that. After the holidays, just trying to get caught up. But obviously a big win for the 49ers over the weekend. So that was huge. Unfortunate, tragic event happened at your game. It's bigger than football, obviously. So. It just sucks that had to happen. So feel so bad for Damar Hamlin. Obviously we all have been saying our prayers and sending our thoughts that way. Just a very positive update today as far as that, it seems that he's being responsive and he's writing on paper and his lungs are better and, he's still in critical condition, but they said that he's made a remarkable recovery so far. Yeah. So that's just amazing news that we got today.
Yeah, and you messaged me and you let me know that you felt like we should out of respect for Damar Hamlin not do the review episode, and I definitely understood what you were saying. So yeah, we decided to not do the review episode just out of respect for him because, like you said, right, it is bigger than sports, right? This kind of overtook the entire kind of sports world the last 3 days, kind of encapsulated all the sports world with basically kind of every kind of athlete from basketball, football, obviously, to other sports, right, kind of reaching out, sending their loves, prayers, everything like that. Like, we will add the GoFundMe to Damar Hamlin's charity. Please, if you can, make a donation. Brandon and I have made a donation. I made one before our show today. Brandon had made one earlier, so we have made our donation. So if you can, even $1, right? Every little bit helps, right? So, Damar Hamlin, right? Out of respect for him, right? This episode is in his honor, right? He is getting better in the Cincinnati hospital. They are taking great care of him. Shout out to the Buffalo medical staff, right? Quick response and never giving up. So good. Shout out to them. Shout out to the Cincinnati UC Health of Cincinnati. Those doctors there, right? So,
well, I just want to say also. Big shout out to the Cincinnati Bengals and just their fans and their team. Just a straight class act. Zach Taylor, Joe Burrow. Everybody in the coaching staff and from the players, T. Higgins, to everybody. That in that city, to the fans, to, like you said, the UC hospital. It just goes to show that the Cincinnati Bengals are just a class organization. And they're just some amazing people there, as well as Buffalo, two amazing teams with two amazing fan bases. I mean, they both have incredible fans. I mean, to see Cincinnati Bengal fans outside of the hospital, outside of the hospital praying for Damar and bringing the cross, and just, you know, that's not even a player on their team. So it just goes to show how classy those two organizations and their fans are.
True. Yeah. And like you were saying, right, the game was, the pregame was electric. Everything was there that you could possibly want, right? And then you have that, and it all is kind of just stripped away because everything is just focused on that one person. So, you know, everybody involved with that situation, right? Zach Taylor, much respect to him. I tweeted out, you know, when he first arrived there in Cincinnati, I'll be honest, was not really a fan. Did not know who he was, honestly. Never have heard of Zach Taylor in my life, right? It was a shaky couple years there. But boy, oh boy, when you stick to your message, when you stick to what you believe, good things happen, right? Joey is Joey MVP because he's Joey MVP, but Zach Taylor does a lot for Joey that I think goes slightly unrecognized. So Zach Taylor, just a man among men, really, you know, walking across the field, listening to what Sean McDermott had to say and kind of just being like, yeah, I completely understand, and just really pulling the teams off the field. So Cincinnati Bengals, Buffalo Bills, everybody, all the organizations changing their Twitter handle pictures to the Pray for Damar. So a lot of love and respect, for a football player, and really just
shame on you, Roger Goodell, and the NFL for taking so long and trying to make him go back out there after 5 minutes. The game should have been canceled immediately if someone is needing CPR. I'm just saying, like, there's nobody wants to watch the rest of that game. Nobody gives a shit. All we care about is Damar's health at that point. They're not going to be focused on playing a game or watching a game when we don't know if somebody's going to survive. When you're talking about CPR, you're talking about a life
for 10 minutes
situation.
For 10 minutes.
It's a football game for money.
Yeah.
You're already a multi-billionaire.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show some of our leaders in sports are just terrible people as far as on the very top. And we already know the MLB commissioner, but now I'm starting to question Roger. He ultimately did the right thing, but I think that he needed some pressure to do that. So
I agree.
I got my eyes on you, Roger Goodell, because my thing is these are these people work for you and they entertain us. We love the NFL. We love our NBA players. Yeah. We want them to be protected.
Yeah.
We don't want these people they have a job just like you and I, and they deserve to go home to their families too. So when you're talking about 5 minutes and 10 minutes or whatever, and talking about we got to figure out how. No, it is. This game is canceled.
Yeah.
And it's never going to be played. It shouldn't have taken until Thursday for them to figure that out. The game is canceled. The two teams, you cannot play this game.
Yeah.
You can't say, okay, we're going to play it on a Wednesday, and then you're risking player safety. I'm sorry, when you're not putting people's safety first and it's not a priority, you shouldn't be the commissioner. So watch yourself, man, because I think you pissed off a lot of people.
Yeah, it really sent a bad look, right? The news coming out that, really the players and the coaches and the staff members and things like that were the ones who kind of ended the game, not the NFL. So, yeah, the NFL has kind of shown their true colors this year, right? With Tua and now with Damar. So we'll see what happens, right? There are going to be some changes to come. Obviously, this was a freak accident that really nobody could have predicted or anything like that. So the best news is that Damar Hamlin has all movement in his fingers, his toes, things like that. He's able to write, communicate. He's asking questions, which is good. So his brain functionality is there. He's thinking and things like that. So the good news is the things that have been done, right? Those thoughts and prayers that people have been sending, right? So they've obviously helped him get back to where he is at. So Damar Hamlin will be happy to see you return to the field. That Buffalo crowd is going to be probably the most electric crowd in all of football on Sunday. So
I can't wait to see that moment. Just when Damar recovers, which I think we all are being optimistic that he will. and that where he will be able to go to one of the games and they show, he's up in the suite or wherever.
Oh yeah.
I just can't wait to see that because the way he's going to be serenaded, the way that he's going to be applauded is going to be just a big moment in sport.
Yeah. It'll be electric for sure. For sure. Yeah, that's really, there was a ton of action that happened last week, but does it all really matter at the end of the day? No. So we
talked about all that mattered. So
yeah, exactly. We talked about all that mattered, which was Damar Hamlin, and he's recovering, which is what we want, and we hope he's a positive recovery is what we're looking for here. So thoughts and prayers to him. Remember, the donation link will be down in the description. So please, if you can, no, not forced or anything like that, but if you can, please donate whatever you can. So with that being said, there were games played last week, and we do just need to do some housekeeping, right? So let's just quickly go over how we did last week. Let's put it up on the screen. So for myself, 9-6 and now a brand new category, 1 no contest. So we're going to add that to our overall record. So that's going to be very interesting. So 9-6 and 1 no contest, 1-0 on the guaranteed victories. Thank you, Jacksonville. I had my faith in you and you came through. Thank you. For yourself, pulling away, 11-4 and 1 of obviously the no contest. 1-0 on your guaranteed victory. The Chiefs hanging on against the Donkeys again. Good game there in Kansas City. Overall, for the season, that puts us at, for yourself, 156, 97, and 2, and 1. It's going to be like a sentence by the time I'm done with this. 156, 92, 97, 2, and 1. 14 and 3 on the guaranteed victories. For myself, 152, 101, 2 and 1, right? With 2 being the ties, 1 being now the no contest. 14, 2 and 1 on my guaranteed victories. Jeez, oh my goodness. Okay, that just gave me a headache. All right, let's wipe those off the screen. Let's move on to week 18. Let's move on to the action. So, starting us off on Saturday, no Thursday night football this week. On Saturday, we got the Kansas City Chiefs traveling to the Sin City of Las Vegas to try and clinch that number 1 gifted seed. They take on the Las Vegas Raiders. What do you got for me?
I'm hoping the Raiders win this. I really do. I mean, I'm going to be rooting for them hard here with Jarrett Stidham. I hope that they're able to pull this off. I think they have the ability to keep this close, but I got to pick the Chiefs here. I just don't ever see Mahomes in his entire life playing a playoff game on the road. I just think that there's just too many factors in his corner, and I've noticed the luckiest man alive just continues to get lucky. So we're going to go ahead and say that the Chiefs win this one 31-24.
Yeah, Jarrett Stidham's performance against the Raiders, kind of what we kind of all expected, right? Josh McDaniel kind of pulling back the playbook, just kind of reeling it in, keeping it kind of simple, good plays. Raiders hung tough, right? Jarrett Stidham looked good. He had a great performance last week against the Niners. No reason to think that he doesn't have a good performance this week against the Chiefs. But yeah, I do agree. I am wholeheartedly rooting for the Raiders here. Never rooting for the Raiders harder than this week. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs here, handling business on the road, 35-24. Is that a match score?
31-24 ahead. Close.
Every time.
We haven't had one for a while.
Every time the first game. 35-24, Kansas City Chiefs get the job done on the road. Next up, and our night game, essentially, I guess, for our Saturday prime time window. And it is a prime time matchup because a certain somebody's ready to take the next step, I believe. We got the Tennessee Titans traveling to The AFC South champions, Jacksonville Jaguars.
Don't they have to win in order to be champions, though? They have to win Saturday, right?
They got to win.
Yeah, they got to win. But I think that, I think that they will be crowned AFC champ or the AFC South champ. So good for Trevi. I do think Jacksonville wins this one. I think just playing at home makes it even better for them. I got Jacksonville winning this one 28-17.
Yeah, I got Jacksonville getting the job done, coming all the way back from the grave. What a turnaround. And honestly, clearly, and I feel bad for Trevor Lawrence because he was robbed of an actual rookie year. But what a turnaround by Doug Peterson and Trevor Lawrence. Great job by them. Great job by the management staff going out and actually getting him weapons, significant weapons that he can use, and he does use. So, yeah, we're going Jacksonville Jaguars here all day, handling business, getting the job done, clinching the AFC South division, getting into the playoffs, possibly making some noise. We got the Jaguars handling business. It's gonna be a closer game than I think a lot of people think. But we're gonna go 24-21, close game. But Jacksonville gets the job done at home, giving the fans a great New Year treat. Moving on to Sunday morning, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling down to Georgia to take on the Atlanta Falcons. What do you got for me, Tommy B? Another division clinched.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay in this one. I think Tampa Bay wins this one 24-17.
Yeah, Tampa Bay. I don't know how they did it, but they did it, and Tommy's back in, and we'll see what happens. We will honestly see what happens, but Tampa Bay handles business 21-10. I think they just absolutely, they kind of just do what they need to do, and then just kind of walk the way the rest of the way, right? Moving on to our next game, we got the New England Patriots in what should be the most electrifying atmosphere for a team to play, and I think they're probably going to score more points than they probably ever scored in their lives, but they're taking on the Buffalo Bills. What do you got for me?
Yeah, for Damar, guaranteed victory.
Ooh, I like
35-17. I think Buffalo beats the Patriots. I think they beat the brakes off of them.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. There is not a chance that I think the Patriots have with the amount of emotion that will be played in this game. Not a chance. So I got the Bills absolutely handling business 45-17. Patriots don't even stand a chance, right? For Damar, right? For Damar, man. Next up, we got the Minnesota Vikings. The third seed, Minnesota Vikings. Yeah, enjoy that, Minnesota. Traveling to the Windy City of Chicago to take on the Chicago Bears. What do you got for me?
So I got your Minnesota Vikings winning this one 31-17.
Ooh, okay, nice. Well, Nathan Peterman is in, so it's going to be a lot of interceptions thrown. So yeah, I think we're going Minnesota Vikings here. I think I'm going like 42-10. I think it's going to be an absolute massacre after what happened last week. So Vikings handling business on the road to finish off their season and finish off in the third seed. Yeah, that's what happens, right? That's what happens when you don't handle business. Next up, we got the Baltimore Ravens. Who's going to quarterback them? I have no idea. The Baltimore Ravens traveling to Cincinnati to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. What do you got for me?
I got the Cincinnati Bengals wrapping up business, taking the AFC North crown and winning this one 34-20. I think, obviously, essentially they had some, time off just because of that, and they're going to be ready to go. And they haven't had to travel. And
true.
They came out looking good at the beginning of that game Monday night. So I think they pick up right where they left off. I know that, the emotions can weigh heavy and stuff, but, I think it gives them some time. They've had a full week, to kind of just, think about things and kind of do their thoughts and prayers. And kind of now that Damar's better, I think that they're going to come out and play a lot better.
A lot of people can kind of move on. Yeah.
Yeah. They can kind of, just the anxiety and stuff of him not being okay is not going to impact them as much. So I think a lot of people are heavy spirits. So I got to roll with the Bengals here. I do think the Bengals wrap up business and punch their ticket into the playoffs. I think they win this one 34-20.
Yeah. This is big game, huge game, right? We got to get the division here. It's just something that has to happen, right? So we got to clinch the 2 seed if best we can. Whatever seed we get, 1, 2, or 3, we have to clinch it. So they need to get the job done. I definitely fully expect them to handle business against Baltimore. Like I said, we split the division. That's fine. We'll go 3-3, but we have to get the job done. We came out firing against Buffalo. There's no reason that we cannot do the exact same thing against the Baltimore Ravens, right? Or sorry, the Baltimore Ratbirds. So, Cincinnati handling business 27-24. I think it's going to be a close game though, but I got the Bengals handling business at home to get the job done. AFC North.
That game's not going to be close, but okay.
I'll take it. Hey, I like your confidence. I'll take all that confidence.
Joey's not losing that game, man.
Basket on my team, dude. Joey MVP.
Yeah.
Next up, we got the new official Dumpster Fire Bowl. Your first contender in the arena, folks. You know them. You love them. They have been around for a very long time. Leading us off, traveling on the road, we got the Houston Dumpster Fire Texans. Traveling to Lucas Oil Stadium.
To take on the Indianapolis Booty Meat Colts.
Oh, to take on the Indianapolis Booty Meat Colts. We got a real dumpster fire bowl on our hands, folks.
That is a dumpster fire bowl.
Here we go. Texans, Colts. What do you got for me, baby?
I gotta roll with the Texans, man.
Okay.
I just gotta, you know what? I'm just gonna roll with the Texans because just the Colts are just, to me, they're just the worst team in this season. I got to give Houston credit for just keeping up with teams like Dallas and New England and things like that. I can't remember, but they've kept it close with some teams in there. Maybe it was Kansas City. I'm trying to remember, but they've had like 3 or 4 close games where they were fighting. Yeah. They had a chance. So I'm gonna roll with Houston here. I think Houston gets it done 20-17.
Yeah, Dallas was one of them. That's one of the games that you're remembering where it went to overtime, right? So the Texans, yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm rolling with the Texans, which would mean that the monocle of the dumpster fire might have to shift over to the Indianapolis Booty Meat Colts. So here we go, folks. Here we go. I know this is what you have all been waiting for, the dumpster fire bowl. But yeah, rolling with the Texans here, and the Texans score points. I'm going 35-14. They get the job done. Texans handle business on the road to end their season. Next up, we got the playoff eliminated New York Jets, Jets, traveling to the team who is on the cusp of just the most epic collapse you will ever see. The Miami Dolphins. What do you got for me?
Yeah, it really is unbelievable. It just really is. But you got 2 guys, and this is where you got Robert Saleh, you got Mike McDaniel leaving Kyle Shanahan for this, and it's like, I get it. You prematurely want to go somewhere else and you want to head coach a team, but you're not ready. You didn't win a Super Bowl. Yep. You should have stayed and got your Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And then you go. But no, you want to go to these teams and do okay and then choke. So eventually these two coaches will not be head coaches.
Sure.
And Kyle Shanahan will still be a head coach. So at the end of the day, I don't even care who wins this game. I don't even know who's going to win this game. This is like the one where it's like, whatever. I'm just going to pick Miami because they're at home. Just going to go with Miami 28-24. I think Miami's going to beat the New York Jets 28-24. New York Jets, good job. Really good job on drafting Zach Wilson. That was an amazing pick at number 2. You guys, you know what? We need your Scott. We need you guys. We need to replace your GM. We need to get rid of John Lynch because you guys are putting us to shame. 28-24 Miami.
The New York Jets, man.
And give me your thoughts on Zach Wilson. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. I'll never wear that t-shirt again. All right, lesson learned. Okay. Oh my God, he won't be in the NFL for much longer. Let's just say that. Johnny Manziel 2.0.
He's a punk.
Johnny Manziel 2.0.
Yeah, well, at least Johnny Manziel, you know, he was arrogant, but at least he didn't come out and say that he didn't make any mistakes like Zach Wilson.
True.
Yeah, like I'm Mr. Perfect. True. I belong on a Disney sitcom. Like I'm Mr. Perfect. I'm Mr. Jonathan Taylor Thomas. I don't make any mistakes. That's what he comes off as. Like just a little silver spoon fed, just little punk is what he comes off as. That's what he comes off as. He doesn't belong in the NFL. He got lucky because of the COVID season.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, there wasn't a lot of showcasing going on. Dude's not an NFL player. And just like Sherman said, dude sucks.
Yeah, you know, Zach Wilson, I think is going to go the way of Mitchell Trubisky. So I think in a few short years, we'll see.
Which I have so much more respect for Mitchell Trubisky because he did take his team to the playoffs. So I have so much more respect for Mitchell Trubisky. True. Even though Mitchell Trubisky didn't pan out, I have so much more respect for him. The dude's way more humble than Zach Wilson.
True. Yeah. I mean, you're very right. Back to the game. I'm going Miami Dolphins. They get they win. I mean, hopefully. I mean, come on. Just come on, Mike. Come on, Mike. You can't have all that charisma. You can't have all that swag and drop like 8,000 games, like 6 games in a row, 7 games in a row, dude. Come on. Get your crap together.
I feel like the 49ers spearheaded that, though. I think you make a good point.
Yeah, the 49ers ended Tua's. The downfall of the Dolphins and Tua was the 49ers. That was not who they needed to play. That was definitely not who they needed to play. So the Miami Dolphins, though, get the job done. 28. I don't even know who the hell is going to quarterback the Jets. 28-17. We'll go somewhat close. Here. Dolphins get the job done. Next up, we got the Carolina Panthers traveling down to Bourbon Street to take on the New Orleans Saints. What do you got for me?
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to pick New Orleans here. I think New Orleans gets it done. It's always hard to get a win in the Superdome. You know, they're not looking too bad at the end of the year. So I'm just going to take them 31-27 over Carolina.
Ooh, you got a nice little high scoring game there. Yeah, I think I got New Orleans end of their season also on a win. I think they get the job done as well. I'm going kind of slow though. I'm going 20-14. I think it's one of those types of games, quick, easy, nice and fast. So Saints get the job done, 20-14, end their season with a victory. Next up, we got the Cleveland Dukies traveling to the Steel City of Pittsburgh to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. What do you got for me?
Yeah, I got to roll with Pittsburgh here. I don't believe in Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns. I do think that Pittsburgh, they play well at home. They tend to play well at home. They might have something with Kenny Pickett. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pick Pittsburgh in this one. Low scoring game, 23-17.
Rolling with Pittsburgh, huh? Not giving Mike Tomlin that losing record, huh? Oh boy, I got to do it. I'm rolling with the Dukies, 24-17. All right, moving on to the afternoon games. Leading us off, we got the Los Angeles Chargers of San Diego traveling to the Mile High City of Denver to take on the Denver donkeys. What do you got for me?
Yeah, this one's going to be actually probably a good game, but I still got to roll with the Chargers. I do think the Chargers are going to win this game. Denver just this season can't end any sooner for them. I mean, they just they've had a really rough year. Except for their 11-10 victory against the 49ers, that was the highlight of their season, and that was the worst game I've ever been to. So 11-10. I mean, what kind of score is that? It's ridiculous. What is that?
11-10
ball game. What is that? The the Twins versus the Yankees. What is that?
Yeah.
But gotta roll with the Chargers here. Gonna take the Chargers in this one. I think the Chargers win this one 28-21.
Ooh, okay. Nice little game there, right in the afternoon there in Mile High City. But yeah, I got the Chargers handling business in an absolute blowout, 38-17, stamping their playoff passport. Justin Fields in the playoffs for the first time. It's going to be very interesting. Chargers 38-17.
Justin Herbert, not Fields.
Oh, sorry. You're right. Thank you. Justin Herbert Justin Fields will get there, right? We'll see him in there eventually. But Justin Herbert, you're right. Thank you. Justin Herbert. I'm excited. I'm very excited, man. These young quarterbacks that we're going to get to see in the playoffs, we've been kind of waiting to see them elevate their teams, and they've really elevated their team. So I'm really excited. But Chargers get the job done, 38-17. Justin Herbert handling business on the road. Next up, we got the New York G-Men, the Giants, who, wouldn't you believe it, gave Daniel Jones a standing ovation as he walked off the field, a playoff contender. Damn, New York. That has got to feel a little bit salty, as much crap as you talk about the guy. Traveling to the city of brotherly love, could we see? I know I said it earlier, but could we see, folks, the worst collapse in NFL history? We're talking 1 seed to a wild card if they lose this game. Philadelphia Eagles, you got to make something happen, and you got to make something happen quick, because somebody here said it a few weeks ago, and it's going to happen, baby. What do you got for me?
Yeah, I think the Eagles, there's urgency here. I think they understand how much they need it. I think Jalen Hurts will be playing, so I'm going to pick the Eagles in this one. I do think the Eagles beat the Giants 35-17. I don't think there's any chance in hell that they lose this game. So then they sum up their number 1 seed, and they are able to get that bye week that they need for Jalen Hurts, and host the NFC Championship game at home. So that'll be big for them. So kudos to the Eagles. They will be the number 1 seed, and they are going to destroy the New York Giants.
And here we go, folks. This is where it gets very interesting on clinching Week 18 Sunday. I mean, man, oh man, that crowd is going to be electric. Jalen Hurts plays, that team will be electric. But the G-Men have something to say. I have something to say, and I've already said it. The San Francisco 49ers are going to be the number 1 seed, because the New York Football Giants are going to march in to Lincoln Financial Field and do what nobody thought would happen, which you said they're not going to lose 4 games in a row. Brother, they're losing 4 games in a row. New York Football Giants, do it, baby. 28-17, and woo! Man, oh man, what a turn of events that would cause in the playoff scenario. I can't wait to see it. Definitely circle this game on your watch list. All right, moving on to our next afternoon game. We got the Arizona Cardinals traveling to Levi's, traveling to take on the San Francisco 49ers. What do you got for me?
Yeah, I mean, I will be at this game. I will be in attendance. So excited to see the 49ers last game of the year.
BCB, baby.
Going with my grandpa to watch the Arizona Cardinals.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, it should be a good game, but I am going to pick the 49ers in this one. I do think the 49ers win this one 31-21.
Yeah, since you're going to the game, since your Gramps is going to the game, we're just going to make it that much more official. Guaranteed victory, son. Number 1 seed clinching victory. BCB 42-10. Absolute domination heading in to the playoffs. 49ers Bengals, baby. Here we go. Next up, we got the Los Angeles Rams traveling to Washington, traveling to take on the Seattle Seahawks. What do you got for me?
Yeah, I got the Sea Chickens winning this one. I do think they beat the Rams at home. And so I am going to roll with them. I think they win this one 27-17.
Yeah, Seahawks, Lambs, who cares? Seahawks 24-17 gets the job done, and are they even a play? They're the last seed. I mean, they would. Oh man, the Seahawks. What? Geno Smith. I'll give a shout out to him if he does it. Hey, good for him. I'll give a shout out to Geno. If not, they wrote back. So moving on, we got the Dallas Cowboys traveling to Washington to take on, traveling to Landover, Maryland. Sorry, let's get specific here. To take on the Washington Commanders, who, Ron Rivera, if that's true that you didn't know that you guys were eliminated from the playoffs and you started Carson Wentz. What do you got for me?
Yeah, I got to roll with Dallas here. I just think Carson Wentz is horrible. So, Dallas is going to wrap this up because they know that there is a chance that they could, be the second seed. So, they're gonna, or second or third, I can't remember, but
yeah, I think it's either or, really.
Yeah. So they have an opportunity to get that playoff game at home. So, they're going to be ready to go. So, I am going to pick Dallas in this one. I think Dallas wins 38-24.
Oh, dang, so close again. Yeah, Dallas, like you said, I think you said everything beautifully. I fully expect them to handle business. I fully expect them to get the job done. I'm going 34-24, close game, but Dallas Cowboys sealed the deal, lock in that playoff spot, and make a little bit of regular season noise because we know what's going to happen in the playoffs. Come on, it's Dallas. All right, moving on to our last game, our night game, because there's no Monday night game. So this is it. And we got a good one to end off our weeks. And I can't believe it. I can't believe this game. Man, oh man. So basically, Seahawks have to lose for, well, let's introduce them first. The Detroit Rolling Motor City Lions traveling to the I'm Aaron freaking Rodgers. Just sit down, shut up, and let me play football. Green Bay Packers. Seahawks lose. Lions win. Lions are in. Seahawks win. Packers win. Packers are in based on divisional record. So Seahawks would get screwed, and you would love to see that.
Yep.
Seahawks lose. Packers win. Packers are in automatically. Seahawks win. Packers lose. Seahawks are in. A lot of things that could happen. I know who you're going with. What do you got for me?
Yeah, I mean, I hope that we can nip it in the bud early. I hope that the Los Angeles Rams can defeat the Seattle Sea Chickens, but that's probably not going to happen. But we can hope. We can do some begging early on, but I do think that the Green Bay Packers are going to get this one done here. I think it's a close game, but just that Green Bay's been on a roll and they're at home at Lambeau. I think it would be different if they were at Ford Field. Got to take Green Bay in this one. Aaron Rodgers clinching his playoff spot to take on the number 2 seeded San Francisco 49ers. 31-28, the Green Bay Packers beat the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, I am right there with you. I want to pick Detroit so bad, but the Packers heating up at the right time. This is exactly what you want to do. You want to heat up right now, and that's what they're doing. And there's no better person to lead you to the NFC Championship only to lose to the San Francisco 49ers than Aaron Rodgers. So we got the Green Bay Packers. What was your score?
31-28.
Dang. So close. So we were right there on the cusp. Yeah, I'm going Green Bay Packers 35-28. I think they get the full touchdown on them. And I expect a hell of a game on Sunday night, but I do think Green Bay gets the job done. And I do think we got a lot of clinching scenarios at home. So some of these home crowds, Jacksonville for one, Buffalo, Cincinnati, Miami, Philadelphia could be one, San Francisco, right? Seattle, Green Bay. I mean, majority of the games.
A lot going on in Week 18.
Say again?
There's a lot going on in Week 18.
There's a lot going on in Week 18. So I hope you're ready for it. I know Brandon's ready for it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm ready for it because that will do it for this edition of Meat on the 50. And as always, we want to thank you, our viewers, for coming back. Again, we apologize. We apologize for last week. I apologize for last week. We got the setup fixed. We're good to go. And we are rocking and rolling. You know what I got to do, though, first. Brandon, any last words for the people?
Just continued thoughts and prayers for Damar and his family and the entire, Buffalo Bills fan base, team, and community. Just a heartbreaking way to see a Monday Night Football end. Yep. And, Jake and I were both pretty emotional when that happened. I know I wasn't there directly with Jake, but I know that he felt the same way as me. And like he said, there was no way we could do a review episode and talk about anything else other than Damar. So, just hopefully, he continues to get better. And I hope for a beautiful Week 18. And I hope, nothing like that ever happens on the field again.
Yeah, I completely agree, right? 2 in 1 year, that's enough, okay? We've had enough for the next 5 or 6 years. How about 10 years? How about that? So, man, oh man, what a regular season it has been, and it all comes down to Week 18. And honestly, yeah, this is exactly why the NFL created Week 18. And these scenarios here are pretty bonkers, to be honest with you. So I am juiced to watch these games fold out, see what happens. I'm juiced to talk about it with Brandon on our review episode next week. I mean, our playoff bound episode, basically, because yeah, Brandon, we're playoff bound. We're going. Like, we're packing our bags. We're going to the playoffs. So we'll be there. I don't know what everybody else's squads are going to be doing, but we're going to be in the playoffs. Hopefully, there's still chances. Number 1 seed. Well, we already know the San Francisco 49ers locked in. Lock it in. Number 1 seed. Cincinnati Bengals. Come on. Let's do it, baby. Let's do it. Get somehow. Raiders. Do it. Right? Raiders do it.
Yeah, Raiders got to win.
Yeah, Raiders got to win, baby. Raiders win, and there we go. So, yeah. Lock it in. Lock it in, everybody. Buckle up, enjoy the ride, and we shall see you next week, because that is going to do it for this edition of Meat on the 50. Remember, the donation link to GoFundMe for Damar Hamlin will be in the description. Do us a favor and donate what you can. We're not asking you to donate everything you got, just whatever you can. So Help goes a very long way. But that is going to do it for this edition of Mean on the 50. And as always, that is one of my best friends, Brandon Sullivan. I am Jacob Cove, the Fantasy Guy. And until next week, until our playoff bound episode, Brandon and Jake, we're out.